White House is supportive of the Department of War's investigation into Senator Mark Kelly, and I think what Senator Mark Kelly was actually trying to do was intimidate the 1.3 million active duty service members who are currently serving in our United States Armed Forces with that video that he and his Democrat colleagues put out. Senator Mark Kelly well knows the rules of the military and the respect that one must have for the chain of command, and that all lawful orders are presumed to be legal by our service members. You can't have a functioning military if there is disorder and chaos within the ranks, and that's what these Democrat members were encouraging. It's very clear, and not a single one of them, since they've been pressed by the media, and I'll give you guys credit for that, can point to a single illegal order that this administration has given down, because it does not exist. They knew what they were doing in this video, and Senator Mark Kelly and all of them should be held accountable for that.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Seditious Six, doesn't have a nice ring to it, are about to F-A-F-O, F around and find out after their cute little video, which was basically a psyop to warp the minds of our military who follow a very specific chain of command, has gone viral, and they have been charged essentially with acts of sedition by the president, which he's absolutely right. And every single military expert that I have uncovered, researched, talked to, emailed, etc., have all said the exact same thing, that these mutineers deserve penalty of the highest order. This is anti-constitutional, and they knew what they were doing, and they're trying to go backpedal and go on these network woke media networks and try to say no, that's not what we meant, and they're trying to cover their asses because they're all snakes. Well, now the stuff, you know what I'm talking about, is about to hit the fan. Wait till I share with you what Pete Hegseth, our Department of War secretary, stated, especially in regards to Captain Mark Kelly, who is all over. I mean, he's like the foreleader of this Seditious Six, saying, we're not going to be intimidated. He's going everywhere. We're not going to be intimidated. President Trump is trying to intimidate me. We're just trying to follow the Constitution, which is complete BS. Wait till I share with you what is going on and what's really the details of what could happen next. Also, a network has just posted what they call an exclusive, that President Trump, get this, is thinking about getting rid of Kash Patel. I'm going to break down everything for you, so stick around to the end. I promise you, you don't want to miss this. But first, I want to share this video from retired Air Force combat pilot and former Air Force military aide to President Clinton, Buzz Patterson. I mean, find a more badass American name than Buzz Patterson, and I'll be shocked, where he recorded this personal statement about the Democrats and their Seditious Six video. Watch this.
Hey everybody, this is Buzz Patterson. I'm a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, retired Air Force pilot, combat veteran, and at one time I was the military aide to President Bill Clinton and carried the nuclear football and actually lived in the White House. So I've been around. I was actually, during my military service, deployed to 70 countries and fought in 3 wars. So I feel like I've got a dog in this hunt. I am very appalled at what the Seditious Six has done with their video. I think it's a violation of their oaths of office, and especially in the case of Senator Mark Kelly, I believe it's a violation of the UCMJ, and I hope that President Trump and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth hold them accountable. They are violating, and they are politically using their positions to undercut the command of President Donald J. Trump, and they're circumventing the chain of command. The Congress and members of Senate are not in the chain of command. President Trump is, however, as our commander-in-chief. So I fully support going forward with whatever prosecutions are warranted and legitimate, and I think they are. On these individuals. They use their positions, military and in the intelligence community, to expose, I think, and put at risk those of us who serve in uniform. I think that what's going to happen is, because they violated the military chain of command, people are going to die. They undercut the underpinnings of the military, which is good order and faith and trust in their leadership, and in my estimation, what they did was treasonous and seditionist, and I hope they are prosecuted to the full extent. Again, my name is Buzz Patterson. I served in combat. I've served for 20 years, and I am outraged by what has happened by the Democrats, and I fear for what's going to happen to our young soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines if they choose to violate what is a legal order, which will ruin their lives and ruin their careers. Thank God, guys. God bless. See ya.
I mean, I feel like I can't really speak on how it feels from a militarily standpoint, just as a patriot and somebody who loves America and bleeds red, white, and blue. But, you know, hearing that from Buzz Patterson, he's outraged. He is very, very upset. And I can't think of anybody who could speak on this issue more than him, without having any sort of bipartisanship, just being an American patriot and former armed service member. It really hits home. I would love to get your thoughts on what Buzz Patterson said. Pete Hegseth commented, I'm going to share with you the kind of chain here. He first said, when this kind of thing was getting really hot and heated, the despicable video urging the Department of War troops to refuse illegal orders may seem harmless to civilians, but it carries a different weight inside the military. This was a politically motivated influence operation. It never named a specific illegal order. It created ambiguity rather than clarity. It used carefully scripted legal sounding language, again, PSYOP. It subtly reframed military obedience around partisan distrust instead of established legal processes. I couldn't agree more. He continues, in the military, vague rhetoric and ambiguity undermines trust, creates hesitation in the chain of command, and erodes cohesion. The military already has clear procedures for handling unlawful orders. It does not need political actors injecting doubt into an already clear chain of command. God, this is so well said. We're so lucky, America. I swear we're so lucky. He continues, as veterans of various sorts, the Seditious Six knew exactly what they were doing, sowing doubt through a politically motivated influence operation. The Department of War won't fall for it or stand for it. So that was his initial statement. And then, this is where the kind of actions and disciplinary measures started to really come to fruition, and where Pete Hegseth outlines what him and the Department of War are going to do with the Seditious Six. So it kind of starts pretty volatile here. He says the video made by the Seditious Six was despicable, reckless, and false. Encouraging our warriors to ignore the orders of their commanders undermines every aspect of, quote, good order and discipline, end quote. Their foolish screed sows doubt and confusion, which only puts our warriors in danger. 5 of the 6 individuals in that video do not fall under the Department of War jurisdiction. 1 is CIA, 4 are former military but not retired, so they are no longer subject to UCMJ. However, and this is where it gets good, America, Mark Kelly, retired Navy commander, is still subject to USMJ, and he knows that. As was announced, the department is reviewing his statements and actions, which were addressed directly to all troops, while explicitly using his rank and service affiliation, lending the appearance of authority to his words. Kelly's conduct brings discredit upon the armed forces and will be addressed appropriately. And here's the official statement that he quote posted there from the Department of War. The Department of War has received serious allegations of misconduct against Captain Mark Kelly. In accordance with the Uniform Code of Military Justice, 10 USC at 688, and other applicable regulations. You see how it's interesting. The Democrats never have specificities. Are you aware of this? They never back anything up with evidence. Was there any illegal orders? Can you be specific? No, there wasn't. So this was just a nebulous attempt to undermine. I mean, simply, that's it. I mean, in bold letters. I mean, period, stop. They have nothing. They never have anything. They never have any specifics. They say when it comes to fighting ICE and law enforcement officials who are deporting their voter base that they illegally allow to invade our country, they say brown and black people, sweeping, unmasked vehicles. See, they never have specifics. They never say anything that has any substance. And what is the Department of War, Pete Hegseth, and our great administration? Very specific. This is a very specific military code. Okay, let me continue here. A thorough review of these allegations has been something I noticed. Initiated to determine further actions, which may include recall to active duty for court-martial, oh, I love it, proceedings, or administrative measures. We need to make an example of these people. This matter will be handled in compliance with military law, ensuring due process and impartiality. Further, official comments will be limited to preserve the integrity of the proceedings. The Department of War reminds all individuals that military retirees remain subject to UCMJ for applicable offenses in federal laws such as 18 U.S.C. at 2387 prohibit actions intended to interfere with the loyalty, morale, or good order and discipline of the armed forces. Any violations will be addressed through appropriate legal channels. All service members are reminded that they have a legal obligation under the UCMJ to obey lawful orders, and that orders are presumed to be lawful. A service member's personal philosophy does not justify or excuse the disobedience of an otherwise lawful order. What a sad state of affairs, America, that we have to waste our resources, our valuable military resources, to address nothing short of domestic terrorists. What does the Constitution say? To anybody who is a servant, a public servant, and a representative in any capacity, you will defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. This seditious six is the symbol of domestic terrorist cult called the Democrats. So then Mark Kelly, and by the way, I appreciate everybody's, service. Again, I never served in the military, so I have the utmost respect. But Mark Kelly goes on this just complete colossal tirade about how he's this and he's that, and I served here and I served there, and I've done this and I've done that, and look at all my medals. And again, I hope this doesn't come off the wrong way, but call me crazy when you have to try so hard to prove that you're a patriot, to prove that you're this kind of stalwart of the military service record and track record of achievements, et cetera, et cetera. Is it just me, or is that just like anybody who's in the military, who's been in the military, please comment down below and let everybody know, not just me. This is why I love my comment section to be kind of educational, sort of in context and in stature. I want to learn, truly educate me. But is it normal protocol for a military member to go this far and try this hard to prove, look at me, I am the absolute, stalwart of military procession and track record? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but it just seems like he's trying really, really hard here, because he just posted this recently, and then check this out. Hegseth absolutely dismantles him. Check this out. So Hegseth quotes that exact post that he posted on X and says, so Captain, in quotes, Kelly, not only did your sedition video intentionally undercut good order and discipline, but you can't even display your uniform correctly. Your medals are out of order and rows reversed. Wow, I didn't even know that. I don't think anybody even know that. I wonder if he even knew that. When and if you are recalled to active duty, I'll start with a uniform inspection. Oh my God, it's so good. Talk about a mic drop. I'm going to start with a uniform inspection. Oh my God, that's genius. That's genius. Here's the post that I was talking about. He's like, when I was 22 years old, I was commissioned this. I upheld that. Oh, the 39 combat missions. Like, I have utmost respect. But is it just me, or is he trying too hard? Anyway, I mean, absolutely, Hegseth just cooked him in raw, rare fashion. I mean, absolutely cooked him. So as this disciplinary measure and these investigations unfold, I will definitely keep you posted, but it does not look good for Mr. Captain Kelly. Okay, in other news, here is the other story that I wanted to share with you, because this is just so perfect and it deserves its own kind of mention here. MS Now. How many of you recognize MS Now? Well, this is MSNBC. They rebranded themselves because their reputation, their ratings, and what they offer is such garbage that they hired some really expensive, fancy New York PR firm to rebrand them. And now they're rebranded as MS Now. But I'm not sure much has changed, and I'll tell you why. So they posted this, which has gone viral, that they have an exclusive. President Trump is considering removing Kash Patel as FBI director in the coming months, as he and his top aides have grown increasingly frustrated by the unflattering headlines Patel has recently generated. So, I mean, that sounds like a clickbaity, very viral, very important, very dramatic, suspenseful way to get attention and try to get ratings and try to get clicks, right? But here's the thing. If you're going to engage in clickbait, you got to follow through and actually deliver the goods. And boy, did MSNBC, now MS Now, get caught red-handed for doing the exact opposite. Check this out. Caroline Levitt posted this, quote posting MS Now, MSNBC essentially in disguise, saying, "The story is completely made up. In fact, when this fake news published, I was in the Oval Office where President Trump was meeting with his law enforcement team, including FBI Director Kash Patel. I read the headline to the president and he laughed. He said, 'What? That's totally false. Come on, Kash, let's take a picture to show them you're doing a great job. Do not believe the fake news.'" Look at that. It's so perfect. And there you see Kash in front of the beautiful, glorious Declaration of Independence, which Trump has highlighted in the Oval Office, taking a picture with FBI Director Kash Patel, dispelling all the fake news. MSNBC, once a fake news organization, always a fake news organization. Tell me you love that last story. I mean, every single story. We're so lucky, America. We're so lucky we have such an amazing America First cabinet, amazing America First administration, amazing America First team. We've got Secretary Bessent. We've got Rubio, who's phenomenal. J.D. Vance, the 48th president of the United States, at least in my estimation, as much as I hope, as well as Tulsi Gabbard, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, President Trump, thank God. Quite frankly, probably the best of the best, which is why I watch Professor Nez. He's a good-looking guy, right? He's a smart guy, too. He always brings the goods, never clickbait. I see a lot of clickbait, not like Professor Nez. He's the real deal. Thank you, Mr. President. I love you. Oh, I just love these stories. I love pointing out the fake news. It is so amazing, and I love the fact that these seditious animals, these hypocrites, are about to F around and find out, and I will keep you posted on everything. Tap that thumbs up. Help us make Common Sense go viral. I mean, we're Trump's favorite network, for crying out loud. We're Trump's favorite show. I watch it all the time with Melania late at night. Thank you, Mr. President. If the president watches us, you need to help us out. Tap the thumbs up. I'm not asking you for money, donations, nothing, clickbait. No. Just watch, share, and like. It's not that hard. I love you guys. You're everything to me. This is for our grandkids' grandchildren, so they can grow up in the America that you and I grew up in. So please tap that thumbs up, share this out, leave a comment down below. They all watch this show. Let them know how you feel about this. Let Pete Hegseth, the Department of War, let FBI, the DOJ, all their staff, they all watch this show. Let them know what you think in the comments down below. I love you guys. Thank you. Check out these videos coming up on the screen. Just in case you missed this, I posted this earlier. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. It doesn't cost you a thing. Make sure you turn on all notifications. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.